everybody, this is Alyssa from Ink Arts and Crafts, and today we are here for my favorite video of the month to film, and keep watching because you're gonna be like kind of flabbergasted like I am when I look at this. So anyways, my favorite video of the month to film is my month in review. However, this is not so much a month in review per se of finishes like you normally get over here on my channel, because I am a pretty fast diamond painter and I'm able to get quite a bit done. So normally we're able to knock out and finish like all the things, tons of kits finished over the course of the month, and then like a handful of whips. So this is not so much a month in review, I guess you could say, as more of like a WIP Parade for the 26 for 26 from Nicole over at Share Shenanigans. Kind of like my progress on this challenge, which I figured, you know, I've never done something like this before. Let me do it and see how it goes. Well, it's going. We're making progress. We're doing the thing. Anyways, so we're going to get into it. And I have basically my, I have my finishes, which I will go over with you in a minute. I do like to point out the things that I finished that are not diamond painting related. I like to go over those during the month as well. This is my logbook, so we can see what we actually finished. And then we'll go into the whips after that. So first we're going to kind of showcase the 2 pixel finishes that I had. Because pixels, if you think about it, this is basically a pixel is essentially a sticker version of a diamond painting. That's realistically all a pixel is. It's a sticker version of a diamond painting. Each one of these little squares is literally the exact dimensions. Let me zoom this out because then we can actually get it. So each one of these tiny little squares is literally the exact dimensions of a square drill that you would get right down here. So essentially, like what I would love to do is basically, you know, convert one of these into an actual diamond painting and see kind of like how it looks. But anyways, so this is one that I finished. This is part of the landscapes, basically the Japan landscapes, and this is Shibuya. So Shibuya Crossing, which is a really famous crossing in Tokyo, but that's this one. So I finished this little guy, so that was fun. That's one of 3 in the set. I'm about halfway done with another one, and I have not started the third. So that's the first thing that I finished. I also finished the super adorable like red panda acrylic standee, or you know, like desk made or whatever you want to call it. So now I have this one done as well, and it is so cute. Look at how cute it is. I have to say my placement is getting much better. You can see, if you look really closely, you see all of my tweezer marks in case you think I have perfect placement. No, I most definitely do not. So those were my 2 pixel finishes for the month. So they were super cute. Love them. Adorable. And then I have one like stitchy related finish for the month. That is this one here. So I did spend a week of this month traveling. I was in Las Vegas for visiting a friend and going to a concert. So I didn't bring any diamond painting stuff with me for that week because I was just like, that's just too much of a hassle, too much to set up. But I brought some stitching projects, and we didn't have much downtime. I actually stitched this. This was like a loop and thread, like little embroidery kit that I got. I haven't trimmed the backs yet because I was like doing it on the plane, and I'm like, I'm just gonna leave the excess going because I was like, I didn't want to try to like pull out my nail clippers and trim all the individual threads as I finish each section or each color or each individual thread. So we're gonna ignore the back, but I really don't care about the back when I'm doing my projects. It's all about the front. So this was a little loop and threads from Michaels. This was an embroidery kit, and this is the first time I have done an embroidery project since I was probably like 10 or 12, and I love how it turned out, and I really want to do the same thing but in like greens to make it like an actual green Luna moth. But super pretty. I love how it turned out. It's super cute. But that right there is my one like needlepoint related, like stitchy floss based finish for the month. So now we're gonna get into my diamond painting finishes. So first up, we have my mini finishes. So I did have a day retreat this month in retreat down in the south of Orlando, and I just brought like my container of like mini projects with me. So I have like a specific little storage thingy that has, you know, a couple pens, it's got wax, it's got putty, it's got a tray. It literally has everything I need to work on a canvas. It's like my little go box, and inside that go box I have a bunch of mini projects, so I can just grab the box and I have everything I need to work on something. So I brought that with me to the day retreat, and I started off with this one right here. This is called Serene Forest Spirit. That's leftover washi tape from taping it to my easel. And this is from the artist Sevi Yummy, and this comes to us from Diamond Delights. And this was a 14.1 by 18.4 centimeter square drill canvas. It had 24 colors, 0 ABs, but it did come with 3 dust drills. And the dust drills that it came with, we've got this one right up in here. We have this pale one, this pale yellowy creamy colored one, and then we have a pale pink one, and then there is the white one that we see in the eyes. So those were the specials on this one. I started this one on the 16th of May, which is the day of the retreat, finished it on the 16th of May, day of the retreat, and it took me an hour and 28 minutes to do. My thoughts on this, absolutely adorable. I loved it. I love all of these mini kits from Elvira over at Diamond Delights. And what's really cool, and most people do not realize, if you get a kit from her and it's a sticker-based kit like this, then she has created this at home. She did this herself. This is not something that she printed out the stickers. She individually bagged all of these drills. Literally all of this was her doing it herself, which if you wonder why she doesn't drop massive quantities of things, because she is literally doing all of this work herself. She prints the sticker paper, she individually packages all of the bags of drills, she labels them, everything, whole 9 yards, all on her own by herself for these. If it's something that comes on a canvas, so she does have like the Pokemon Game Boy ones that just released. Those are roughly the same size, thereabouts, a little bit bigger than this, but they were all done on canvases. So she actually gets those canvases printed as like little mini canvases from her manufacturer. But these, she makes them herself. She just individually bags up all the drills and everything. It's mind-blowing. That's so much work, and it's amazing that she does that. So this was my mini finish. It took me an hour and 28 minutes. Like I said, absolutely adorable. I would have loved to have seen some ABs in the flowers and the cherry blossoms over here. But for this being a little Totoro, I am in love with this, and I have the full-size canvas of this from Diamond Artisan Shop, a different company, and they share the same artist, and I am in love with it. I think it is precious and so cute, and I love this image. I love this artist. So that was the my first mini kit for the month, but it was technically my 44th mini kit of all time that I have completed. So that was this one right here. So next up, we have my next mini kit completion, which I also did the day of the retreat. So I also did the Diamond Art Club mini dazzles. These are the drinks. So we have a smoothie, we have a matcha, which is like one of my all-time favorite ones in it. We have a lemonade, we have a coffee, we have a hot chocolate, or well, cocoa, I guess you could say, and we have a boba tea. So those were the 6 that were in this drinks mini dazzle collection. So this one, Diamond Art Club, these are roughly 10 by 15 centimeters. They're partial drills because they're not a complete full square background. Square drills, there's 20 colors, and all 20 colors on this set are fairy dust drills. So no ABs, just the fairy dust, but I love the fact that it's all fairy dust. I started this one on the 16th of May, finished it on the 16th of May, and it did take me 2 hours and 27 minutes to finish all 6 of these. And that's because I was much more distracted because I was there for the retreat and, you know, chatting with everybody and constantly up and down and moving around. But my thoughts on these, fun and quick as always. I do love a good snack, and these were, it made me very thirsty. I actually still want some boba tea right now. I would really love a boba tea. But anyways, that right there, this is my 15th mini dazzle that I have completed of all time, because I like to calculate these things separately because that's just what I do. But it was my second mini finish for the month. So there we go. That is my mini dazzle. And now, are you guys ready for this? Are you guys ready? Ready, ready, ready? I need to put this in the proper order. It's going to annoy me if I don't. Bump, bump. There we go. So I had to put it in the right order of what the stickers were on there. So that right there, boom, minis. All right, now you guys ready for this? Are you ready? Are you ready? This right here, this kit right here. Oh, this is called Ocean Explorer. You guys would have seen me unbox this last month in my April haul video. So this right here is Ocean Explorer. It's from Diamond Art Club. It's one of their Disney collection. It is a 22.8 by 22.8 centimeter round drill canvas. It comes with 21 colors, which included 2 ABs, 1 frosted drill, and 2 fairy dust drills. So our frosted drill is actually this yellow that we see right there. And this one actually, like, for the most part, you can kind of see the symbol a little bit behind it, but it's not as bad as I've seen on some other ones. But that yellow is the frosted. We have this nice blue AB. And then as you come up here, we have our pink AB, pink dust drill. Yeah, so that was, I'm like, what is our other... Oh, we have 2 different pink dust drills. That's why. 2 pink dust drills, 2 ABs, and then the frosted drill. So if you ever see M in front of something, like this M3078, that means that that is a frosted drill. And if you're wondering, no, I do not have dirty fingernails. That's like bruising underneath my fingernail on both sides. That's one of my huge pet peeves is dirty fingernails. This is bruising, actually on all 4 fingernails right there. And that's because a little bit on that one, mostly on these 2 thumbs. It's because I was, realized with one of my whips down in here, and I'll show you guys when I get to it, that I had, placed the entire first section, and I didn't realize until like 3 days later that I actually had drills, like special drills, and an enhancement set for that canvas. So I had to go through and pick all of the drills off that I needed to enhance from that first section, which was actually quite a bit. And I was finding it much quicker to do it by using my thumbnail to scrape the drill up rather than trying to actually use tweezers. That was just too tedious and I couldn't handle it. So, I just made my fingers bleed with the drills shoving underneath my fingernails. So if you wonder what that is, that's, me just not doing a very good job of, being smart about it. So this right here, Moana, I started her on the 30th of April because she was just too cute and I had to start her immediately after unboxing her. So technically I rolled into the month of April with this as a WIP, and I finished her on the 2nd of May. It really did not take me very long. I just was busy and didn't have a chance to get to her. And this one took me 2 hours and 35 minutes to do this canvas right here. So it was a quick finish, a super fun, quick little finish for her. I absolutely love her. You guys always hear me say my princesses, that I want my, I love my princesses. And they're the 4 M's, which is Moana, Merida, so Moana, Merida, Mulan, and Mushu, because Mushu is also a princess. So, and then it's actually, if you think of it, they're the Mks, because I also need Cusco. But those are the images that I have. So this right here, this is actually my only finish for the month of May. Can you believe that? This is literally the only one that I finished. Yes, I have the mini projects, but those are counted separately. So as far as actual finishes, this is my one finish so far for, literally for the month of May, this was my one finish. So it took me 2 hours and 35 minutes. My thoughts on this, I wrote down, and I like to write it right after I finish it. I literally wrote, seriously, Dak, fix the glue. I literally had to go through and add adhesive to this entire canvas, which is not the first time I've had to do that with one of their new releases. So that's something that, Diamond Art Club really needs to get on it, is the adhesive issues. Because it's not just a one-off on kits. When I'm having multiple kits where I'm having to add adhesive because their adhesive is so subpar right now for their new releases, it's very disappointing. The canvas itself, I absolutely loved. I started placing the first color and realized very quickly, I was like, no, this adhesive is horrible. I have got to add adhesive to it. Thankfully, I have the glue, which is kind of sad that I literally had to go through and add diamond painting adhesive to a canvas that you're spending money on that you should, have the glue that you need. It'd be good to go. I'm not having adhesive issues like this on any of these, whips that are sitting down here, which are all older ones. Like this right here is Diamond Art Club. No adhesive problems. It's old. This, brand new. Horrendous adhesive issues. So that's something that I'm having a lot of issues with a lot of the newer ones. And I guess they've been gaslighting people when they say, hey, we're having adhesive issues. And they're like, oh, well, send the kit to us so we can evaluate and assess it. And I'm like, but... And we haven't heard this before. And I'm like, every time you go onto the VIP Facebook group, you're finding people complaining about the adhesive. I can have a conversation with somebody who diamond paints and they can be like, oh yeah, the new kits, the adhesive is horrible. So it's definitely not like a one-off thing. Okay, rant over. We're moving on. But anyways, this was my first finish for the month of May, my 19th finish for the year, and my 196th finish of all time. And like I said, literally the one finish that I had this month. One. That's it. One. Crazy. Mind-boggling. Okay. Now we're going to get into the interesting part of everything. So those are my finishes. Now we have some whips to talk about. So whip number, well, we're going to look at my non-diamond painting whips real quickly. So this right here is the second card in that Japan set, the Japan landscapes. This is this Siganto G. So G is basically what you will see when it is a temple. So this is going to be a temple right in here. So this is the Siganto G, so that right there. So I'm working on that one. And then I'm also working on this one, which is my first actual like full-size canvas that I've been working on from Pixels. So as you can see, it's a pretty good size. My placement is atrocious, so we're going to try to avoid, I have now since improved my placement, but I'm slowly picking away at this and making progress. It's just something that takes a lot more work because it is so much bigger. Like this goes so much faster because it's little, and then big things go much more. So this also has significantly fewer colors than this right here. But anyways, I'm making good progress on it. It's coming along nicely. I'm just like plugging away at it a little bit at a time for this one here. I definitely have more of those, but those are my 2 pixel whips. So now we're going to take a look at my cross stitch whips that I have going. So I'm actually participating in 2 stitch alongs this month, or well, this summer so far, or this spring, whatever you want to call it. One of them is called the Snail's Hollow. So it's basically snails and mushrooms. I need to add the additional part, which is some mushrooms right down in here. I need to add those because I'm behind the curve a little bit on this this release, so I need to work on those mushrooms in there. But this one, you can see there's a little head of a snail there. I'm not going to take it out and undo it, but I have like a whole thing of it. It looks really good, but that's my first one that I'm working on. This is the one that I'm also working on right now. This one is a Cozy Cottage stitch along. So this one is from Stitch Crypt. And then this one is from Needle Lot Designs. So I've got 2 of them that I'm working on right now. And this one, there's like these clouds and then the sun, and then there's a couple apple trees, some flowers over on the side that you're not seeing because they're all folded up right in there. And then, you know, this adorable little bunny who's like this big. He's so cute. And now I'm working on the actual cottage. I need to actually work on it. I have not touched this in like a week and a half or 2 weeks. So I really need to get on it. Those are my 2 primary whips. And then on the while I was gone in Vegas, I went ahead and started another one. This is going to be a little frog. So you can see how I've gotten some of him done. You can kind of see that's going to be his bottom lip. There's his little leggies and a lily pad that he's sitting on. So I'm working on this frog. Making progress on it, but again, that one's kind of like a one-off little project. My priority is these 2. I worked on that because I was traveling and I wanted something small. So now we're going to get into what everybody wants to see. This right here is going to, oh wait, I actually have one more finish. I lied. I have one more finish, you guys. Look, isn't it cute? This right here is this called a Whittle Duck. It's this cute little duck cover minder. This is a, the magnet is right there still. But this is a collaboration between Diamond Delights, Elvira, and also Nicole over at Shire Shenanigans. So Nicole cuts and prints the wood, and then sends the little duckies to Elvira, and then Elvira ends up, there it is. Elvira goes ahead and like adds the adhesive, does the drills, whole 9 yards. All right, so now, you guys ready for this? Technically, I will have a little bit more done on this one before the end of the month. I just, you know, didn't want to be up until midnight filming this because I like to diamond paint until late. So you're getting it before, because I was actually just about to sit down and do this section right here. So this right here is one of them that, I don't know if you guys, I do not remember what you guys saw last time or not. So all of these that we're about to look at are actually whips, and they all have drills down on them, and I've been placing drills on them. So this one, instead of doing like a big section like I normally would right here, I decided to cut the section in half. So this is going to be my section, which I will do when I'm done filming this video. I will be working on this section. So that will still be done right here in the month of May. But anyways, this is one of my whips. These whips are not in any particular order. It's essentially, they're the order that they ended up laying down after I worked on a section and putting them down. So this is called Genesis 2. It's from the artist Jessie. And it is a 60.7 by 42.8 centimeter square drill canvas. As you can see, it has 33 colors right here. And of that, we have 2 ABs and 3 fairy dust. I am loving it. I like the fact that we have all this color blocking of the border. It's nice. And then this beautiful blue AB. I do love the colors on this. I know Genesis 1 was the similar subject matter. Genesis 1 by the artist Jessie was done in rounds, so it's kind of interesting that the second one was done in squares, which I guess, you know, fits the bill for people that want to have both. So that is one of my whips. I'm about to finish this section tonight. Oh wait, I forgot. I have one more hanging on my door. Let me grab that before I forget. So I had been storing all of my WIPs on the back of my door, but then as I realized it was a pain in the butt to constantly be like going from the clothes hanger to get the WIPs. So I ended up transitioning them to laying flat on top of the thing that I store my drills or store my canvases in. So they're laying on top of the file cabinet, but I was only pulling them off the door when it was time to actually work on that as a WIP. This is the one that has not been the last one to be rolled. So this right here, this is an Oraloa. As you can see, I only have one section done on it, but it's really pretty. This is called Memoire des Ancestres. It's from the artist Maud Lemoyne, and it's from Oraloa. It is a 48 by 75 centimeter round drill canvas. It is stunning. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. I'm really looking forward to getting down into here where I have all the color blocking of her skin. That's going to be nice because there's a lot of confetti in this. You can definitely tell that it's very heavily like computer rendered. Cleaned up a little bit in some areas. The subject is cleaned up a little bit. But I mean, like, look at the level of confetti that I have right there on that line. Like, look at all those colors. That's kind of crazy right there. But anyways, this right here is Memoire des Ancestres, Memory of Ancestors, Maud Lemoyne. One section done. She's stunning. I do think it is a beautiful canvas, beautiful image. That one has 55 colors. And of that 55 colors, we have 5 ABs. So 5 ABs on this one. I like it to, once I finish my section on Genesis 2, I really want it to roll this one so I can knock out like a second section on this one. But that is WIP number 2. So there we go with that one. Next up, we have this one right here, which it has rolled multiple times. I have now gotten 3 sections done on this one. This is what's called Queen of Wands. It's a very much a confetti heavy piece. This is from Sports Designs by Abigail Marie. It is Queen of Wands from the artist Divine Gut Painter. This one is a 50 by 65 round drills, and it does have 46 colors, which includes 2 ABs, and then there is one, I think it's a metallic drill. So you can see this is like literally the epitome of confetti. That's the size I would normally do as one section, but on this, that's literally has been 3 sections for it because they've been taking so much longer because of the level of confetti on it. So it's a lot of confetti, as you can see. This image could have been a little bit bigger. Like you can see her face isn't the most distinct or anything like that. But, like, I love the color palette for it, and I'm, like, this will be good to get it done. I think this is the last kit that I have from this company, which is no longer in business. Their company is no longer in business. So this will be the last kit that I have of them. But that is Queen of Wands. I'm not going to keep track of how many WIPs. I can tell you right off the bat, I have, I believe I have 23 WIPs, which really means I have to recount and make sure I've got to keep track of everything. Let me look at my gems flow real quickly, and I can tell you how many WIPs I have going right now. So, because I had some that you saw last month, which you are not going to see this month. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Yes, okay, perfect. Because if we count my Ocean Explorer that I finished, that was, my 3rd finish for my 26 for 26. So now I just have 23 more. I have finished 3 canvases, and I have 23 more canvases to do. So yeah, we're going. We're working on it. This right here, I've actually rolled this one quite a few times. I don't even remember how many times my WIP wheel, because I'm using a WIP wheel to kind of like randomly tell me what kit to work on. This is an Oraloa. This is again from the artist Maud Lemoyne. And this one is a 46 by 76 centimeter square drill canvas. And it has 50 colors, which includes 4 ABs. So this one right here, like the grid, not bad. I'm pleased. I'm like fine with the grid, but it is like legit pure confetti. This part had like the least amount of confetti, was doing that little piece right there. I'm looking forward to getting into her skin right down here because there's going to be some actual color blocking for her skin. I'm looking forward to that part. But when I say like this is confetti, I mean like legit, look at that confetti. Super confetti heavy. I do like the special placement, and like look at her headdress that she's wearing. From a distance it looks great. When you look at it close up, it's again pure computer rendered confetti. So yeah, lots of confetti. which this has been a really good challenge to knock out all of these heavy confetti whips, because I only have to worry about doing like this small skinny section, and then I can move on to another canvas and I don't get tired out from working on the same one. But that is, this is Kitsune Legende Japanese is the name of this canvas. It's a gorgeous one, and it's like a nice, partner to that previous one that I just showed a minute or two ago. But that is another one of my whips. So we have that one there. And next up, we have a landscape. This is a Diamond Art Club. This is called Himeji Castle. It is gorgeous. As you can see, it's another one that's very, very much confetti heavy. And this is an older style render as far as like in printing. You can see they use a lot of these like really big round guide circles. So it's a much older style. Because this is one that throws my eyes off. It's like I actually have a really hard time distinguishing what all of this actually is through here. But then once you have drills down, it totally changes the look. And you're like, oh, okay, I get it. I see what that looks like. But this is Himeji Castle, and this is from Sean Pavone. It is an 83 centimeter by 55 centimeter round drill canvas, 42 colors, which I'm fine with the fact that it's a low color count. It does have 3 ABs in it, and this is a precursor to their utilization and creation of fairy dust drills. But that is Himeji Castle. I've done 2 sections on Himeji Castle. This one being so confetti heavy, I'm doing skinny sections. So I'm really intrigued to see how much, like, if you count all of these things that I've done, how much have I actually done when you add up all of these canvases together. So this one right here, this is from another company that is no longer in business. This is from Lazy River Crafts. This is called Saved by the Turtle. Very much like this is one I'm re-rendering it as I go, because it did have all of the crazy confetti. As you can see, all of the confetti around like these color changes. I'm re-rendering it as I go and basically removing all of that confetti. And you can see I've made it a very clean cut render, and then you have, your color transition, but I'm basically getting rid of all the confetti around these colors and in those transitions, which is not something that would have taken that long for somebody to do. Color count on this one, it's not labeled how many colors it has. It's not a lot because this does fit in one of my mini Elizabeth Ward containers. Let's see, it is a 50 by 65 centimeter. The artist is Tabitha Lozano. And you can see this canvas is like circa 2022. Let's see, there are no specials on this. It is round rolls, which is, thankfully. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33 colors in this canvas. And I've made good progress on it. I am over a quarter of the way done on this one. So if we look at it sideways, you can see I'm over a quarter of the way done with my sections there. I'll do 2 more sections to finish out this half of it, just because I'm trying to make it so each section can take me like roughly an hour and a half to 2 hours to do. But that is Saved by the Turtle, which I've made some good progress on. And this next one is from the same artist and the same company. Again, this company is no longer in business. This is called Saved by the Flamingo. And this one, I'd have to say, oh my goodness. I don't know what possessed me to start this on the opposite side of where I normally start, but now it really annoys me that I've started here instead of starting in that corner. Like literally, this is the first kit that I've ever started the wrong way. And it annoys me to no end that I started down here. I am also, so this is going to be 50 by 65 centimeter as well. Very similar color count, no special drills. I want to say this one is like 32 versus 33, something like that. And I am also redoing the render on this one as I go. Instead of placing the confetti that it wants, I'm just picking one color and doing one color for the outline of everything. Because if you look, you can see there how this asks for all of these other colors along the border of everything. And I was like, yeah, nope, we're not doing that. So I've been re-rendering this one as I go. I basically I will just, since I'm so close on this one, I will just use this whole last section. Will just be one section because I've only done 2 sections on this one, but I did a little bit larger sections. And to kind of finish out this half, when I roll it, I will knock out the last section right here. It does go really fast because it is so much color blocking. But that is, again, the artist is Tabitha Lozano, 2022, Saved by the Flamingo from Lazy River Crafts. And now, so it's like, I feel like, you know, we have one canvas done if we factor all of that in. Next up, we have this one right here. This is Harajuku, and this is from the artist, I think it's Tony Kalau, for this one. This is from Bella Art Diamonds. It is a 60 by 60 centimeter round drill canvas. It has 60 colors, and I really do not like the fact that the legend is like upside down. There are 4 ABs on this one here. I don't like, because I can't just look at a glance and see what on this side over here because it's upside down, because, you know, anyways, I digress. So I have done, I think this was like, I've rolled this one. I want to say I've done 3 sections on her. It might have been, yeah, I think I did 3 sections on her. But she's tall, so that's like, because this is a 60 by 60 centimeter canvas, this is roughly a 30 by 30 section that I've done. So I'm a quarter of the way done with her, because she's been rolled multiple times. She's very cute. I do think she is gorgeous. It's actually a lot more like colors than you would expect, and a lot more color changes than you would expect, surprisingly enough. But she's coming along nicely. I'm pleased with the progress on this one. So I'm really intrigued to see after the month of June what my progress looks like on all of these canvases, and if I end up actually having any finishes. That's what I'm really intrigued to see. But that is Harajuku. Next up, we have this one right here, which I've rolled twice. This is Happy Flowers Blue Vase. I do not have a completed section on it necessarily, but however, I have all of the specials done on both halves. So I did the specials on the bottom half, flipped it around. Next time it got rolled, I did the special drills on the top half because I wanted to make sure I liked the special placement before I went ahead and, you know, filled everything in. I like to place specials first. So you can see this is how many enhancements I added to it. I added quite a few. This is, like I said, Happy Flowers Blue Vase, and this is from the old artist Olga Akbarova. It is a 50.7 by 50.7 centimeter round drill canvas, and it does have 52 colors. And of those 52 colors, it does come with 5 ABs already, and then I added a whole passel on top of it. I have it written down basically, I have it stored where I'm keeping these drills in their storage container, all the enhancements I've added to it. So I don't know those numbers and the stats of what else I added, because now that I'm done with all the enhancements on this one, I already took care of my special drills. But I have crystal confetti, I've got some sparklers, I've got some ABs, I've got some dust drills, I've got some glitter drills. I have a little bit of everything in here for this one here. But it just looks so funky because it's literally just the specials. But that's how many enhancements I've added to this canvas, in case you were wondering. Quite a few. But yes, that is Happy Flowers Blue Vase. I'm loving it. This is one that, if it rolls, if the whip wheel rolls this one, I don't know if I'll just do like half of it or I'll wait. So I'm probably looking at like 2 more rolls potential to finish this entire canvas, because I'll just do a bottom half and then, you know, the next time I roll it, finish it. So that one's probably the closest to being done out of all of them, is that one. Next up, we have another Lazy River Crafts canvas. And I think this is the last one you'll see of these. I actually was working on, there's like a little piece of black fuzz on here. I was actually working on a different Lazy River Crafts canvas, and I decided as I was working on it, I was like, this is not enjoyable. This is like a slog. I think it was a square. Yeah, it was a square. This one's a round. So I ended up basically kitting it down, and I was like, anybody that wants it, you can have it. Just pay for shipping, and got rid of it. And then that caused me to kit down another Lazy River Crafts canvas that was rounds but very dark colors. So I did that. I do have to say, this 26 for 26 event this challenge / event has been really good to kind of like lean out my hoard. And when we look at my logbook at the end, you guys will see what I mean by that, because it has been really helping to kind of like get through these, because most of these kits we're working on right now are old kits that are from like 2023. When I finish them, these are my non-rainy day 2023 canvases. Once I finish this stack here, all of them will be done. The only things I'll have left from 2023 are rainy day kits, which kind of makes me really happy to know that, because I want to go through and finish all of my non-rainy day stuff, and then I can start working through all of the happy rainy day kits. So anyways, this one, like I said, this is another Lazy River Crafts one. This is called Jellyfish, and it's from the artist Victoria Rivero. This one does have 41 colors, and it did come with 3 ABs in this one here. And it's a 50 by 65 centimeter round drills. And I do have to say this one is going much better. There's definitely still some confetti in it, but I feel like the confetti works for this image. And the background is not, you know, 20 million colors jumbled together. It's literally one color. Granted, my placement is atrocious, as you can see up here, but I don't care. So my placement is not the greatest, but this is also not the greatest drill field either. The adhesive is fine, though. I haven't had any issues with it. But yeah, I basically have kit down 4 of the 26 kits that I had kitted down. I had kitted up. I kit them down and like have gotten rid of them. So a couple of the WIPs that you guys saw last month, you're not going to see this month because those kits are no longer here. I have gotten rid of them and do not own them anymore. I also was able to take like a really hard look at my hoard, and I culled out a ton of additional kits from my hoard, which you guys will see that number, what that looks like once I finish this and we look at my logbook. So yeah, that's Jellyfish from Lazy River Crafts. I think once I finish these 3 Lazy River canvases, I think I only have 1 left in my hoard, and then I will be done with all of my Lazy River canvases. So this right here is the first Craftably that I have ever actually worked on. This is called Stargazing. This is from, the artist is Elena Schweitzer, and this is comes to us from Craftably, again, no longer in business. A lot of these older canvases are from shops that don't exist any longer. So there are 53 colors in this, which includes 4 ABs, 5 crystals, and then a special. So the ABs, I'm finding that the ABs are mostly down, what I've seen so far are mostly right here. I think there's a green AB here. I think I'm going to get the rest of the ABs when I come over into his scarf, I'm thinking. This one is, what's the size on this one? Does it even say? Let me look. What is the size on Stargazing? Because Craftably does weird things and labels sizes in inches. This is a 45 by 60 centimeter canvas. Round drills. I do like my rounds. They make me happy. All of the crystals are up here in the stars right there. Those are all crystals, like 4 different shades of crystal. And then you have these funky big stars right there. So that is my first Craftably. I think I only own 2 other Craftablys other than this. It's always sad when you get a good company and that goes out of business. But this one, it's turning out beautifully. I'm very happy with it to this point. But that one is now actually, it's officially like halfway done with this canvas. So that's pretty impressive. So we're going to remove this one, Stargazing. And we're going to take a look at the next one. So this one is one of my newest kits that I've got. This comes to me from Pressed and Placed. This one, it's so pretty. It's so cute. So I think you guys saw just like that one little partial section done on it. So I had the one partial section, so I finished it out into a larger section when it was rolled. This is called Merry-Go-Round. It's from the artist Yuling. It is a 70 by 40 centimeter square drill canvas, and I am loving it. So this is their hybrid charting, which it's actually, as far as like a hybrid kind of like computer rendered but slightly cleaned up image, I'm really pleased with the render overall. It doesn't have as much confetti as you would think. There's some areas where the confetti was high, like right here, that had high confetti, but the rest of that section was not like a crazy confetti area. It was nowhere near to the level of the confetti of some of the kits that I've already shown you guys, like those Oraloas. And like the Oraloas, if I basically, I'm like, no, I can't with that render moving forward for an Oraloa or anything like that. But this, I actually am completely fine working on these with that render. I'm loving this. I love the colored background, or how the picture is extended out like this. That to me just makes me happy, having it not be just like a plain white border. I like the colorful border. And this one, it's like just, even though it's squares and it's confetti heavy, it just makes me so happy working on this canvas, even though it's a square. Like, super happy working on it. I'm loving it. I'm loving the quality. There's some glimmer drills or dust drills all throughout. So like our snake is dust, our little lamb, our sheep is dust. And then we have some blues and everything. There's some ABs and dust in here. So there's good specials placement wise. I love this. I'm having an absolute blast on this one. I think it is so much fun. It's called Merry-Go-Round, and there are all of the 12 zodiac animals are pictured in this image. And we've kind of got part of the dragon, part of our sheep, and part of our snake on this one done. So that one right there is another one of my WIPs, which is one of my happiest WIPs, I would say, for a lot of these. Next up, we have my second pressed and placed WIP. This one is a round because I wanted to do both a round and a square. This one was actually one that was sent to me to unbox and kind of like showcase, and I'm loving it. I have to say the quality has been absolutely fantastic. Incredible quality. Like the adhesive is like amazing adhesive. I love the adhesive. The only thing, like the plastic is a very thin plastic. It doesn't have the thick plastic cover, and what I love is that the owner, Amber, and her husband, they are working on basically getting these kits in more and more of their kits. Every week they're releasing some hand-rendered canvases, which I think is absolutely spectacular because they've been able to do that and get those hand renders in for some of the kits. I'm like, it's not going to stop me. I'm not going to like wait until the kit I want is released in a hand render before I, end up working on them or like purchasing them. I have these two, the active WIPs, one square, one round, this one right here, and that one, the other one I just showed you. And then I have two more from them that I purchased at the same time that I got these ones. So, because I had 4 in that initial order, I am in love with them. They are fantastic. I love the art. I love the images. This one is called Whale Stalking the Clouds, and it's from the artist C. And it is a 50 by 50 centimeter round roll canvas. And this one, it's like really not bad. Yes, there is, like down here, there's going to be a lot of confetti, but that's more just because of the image itself. It doesn't have like that unnecessary confetti, if you know what I mean. And it's not checkerboarding. Yes, it's like you have some checkerboarding when you do your color transitions, but that's something you would have on anything. You have that on a Diamond Art Club when you transition colors. It's not like pure checkerboarding like some of the kits I've worked on from other companies. But that is Whale Stalking the Clouds. I am 100% in love with this. Let me turn on the light and see if you guys can see the awesomeness of these colors. I love it. Love, 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 love it. It is turning out fantastic, amazing quality. It's really, really been an enjoyable experience to work on this one here. Sorry, I'm trying to get it so you guys can actually see everything as I work because I have so many things that we're working on. So yeah, that is another one of my WIPs. This one right here was probably the one that I had the most done on before the event started. This is my Diamond Art Club Treasure Quest card custom. So this is actually an image from that my mom had painted. She did it in pastels. This is called Mountain Temple. I want to say that I was almost halfway done with it before I started the challenge. So as you can see, there's the top right there, and then as it comes down, we have our tall temple, and now I've kind of worked into the ground over here. So this one is a 49.5 by 83.6 centimeter round roll canvas. It does have 67 colors, and of those 67 colors, we have 3 ABs and 6 dust drills, 6 fairy dust on this one. I am doing small sections on this. I'm actually doing this the width of one of their release papers. Or their release of one of their pre-sectioned areas. I'm doing like the whole column as one section is how I'm doing it. So that means that this one, if I continue it like that, and that's just because there is so much confetti on this, just the nature of the image, and it's, it's going to be very much confetti heavy, and they don't hand chart the customs. They leave them like a hybrid charting. They kind of clean it up a little bit and then add the specials in. But I have 6.5 sections left to go on this, but it has been such a fun one to do. I've been trying to savor it, so this is a good way to continue savoring it, is having it in this 26 for 26. But that's Mountain Temple. Next up, so we're over halfway on that one. You can see this one is, my washi tape is not sticking the greatest. So this right here is Ghost Cafe. I've got a good amount of progress done on Ghost Cafe. This is from Diamond Art Club. It's from the artist Stephanie Marie. It's a 60 by 75 centimeter square drill canvas. I love the color palette of it. It does have 66 colors. And look at that. Like, this is what I have done so far. It has 66 colors. And of those 66 colors, we have 3 ABs and 1 metallic, 1 luminescent or crystal, and then 2 fairy dust. So a lot of specials in here. You can see the crystal right here on her little stand, her little cafe lid. So there's the crystals there. We have an AB right in there. There's dust kind of scattered throughout. So yeah, this one is so cute. This is Ghost Cafe. I'm about a quarter of the way, a little over a quarter of the way done with it. There's a lot of color blocking, so this one goes really fast, and a lot of line blocking too. So it's been working up very fast, despite the fact that it's a square. But that is Ghost Cafe. I am having so much fun with that one. So this one's been really enjoyable to do. But we're gonna move her out of the way. And now we're gonna come down into, so you can see some of them I've got a lot more done versus others. This right here is the Diamond Art Club Feline Familiars. This right here called Feline Familiars. It is from the artist Christina Barton. It is a 51 by 51 centimeter round stroll canvas. This one has 50 colors, and it comes with 4 ABs, no dust drills, because this is like a discontinued canvas. Once I finish it, I'm going to be comparing it, doing a comparison kind of post review of this one and the Jaded Gem Shop version. I'm really preferring the background on the Jaded Gem Shop. I think is much more accurate to the original art than this is. But of course, I do like the more cleaned up hand charting of this. Her skin tones are still very much like that. In the camera, it looks like a normal peach tone. In person, it's very much like not a natural skin tone. It's more of like an orange pink in person. Doesn't come that way through camera. But that is my Feline Familiars that I'm making good progress on. So I got a quarter of the way done with this canvas right there. So now we're going to go on to the next one. It took me a hot minute to get to the point where I actually had a full section done on this. This is Fushimi Inari. But that was because I had to wait for additional enhancements to come in. And when those enhancements came in, then I had to actually finish it out. So I just finished this like a couple days ago. It looks so good. There are so many enhancements on here. So I took the DP with Sparklers enhancement suggestions, which has this really dark blue glitter drill in the sky. I used their enhancement suggestions. There's like this burgundy-ish fuchsia crystal on the Torii Gate. So many specials in here. And I added more to it. So basically, this is going to have a ton of specials. I'm going to, when I get close to like actually starting to finish canvases, this one I am planning for this canvas to be my 200th finish of all time. So I will, that's like the one caveat for my 26 for 26 is when I finish, because I've done, I think, 96 finishes. So I just need to finish 3 more canvases, so 97, 98, 199. So finish 3 more canvases, and then as I roll them with the whip wheel, I'll get there randomly, just kind of like naturally. But then when it gets to the point where I'm like pending my 200th finish, I am going to make sure that this one, I will work on it at that point until I finish it to make it my 200th finish. But this is Fushimi Inari. It's from the artist Yume, which is my all-time favorite artist. This one is a 55.6 by 83.7 round drill canvas. It does have a whole heck of a lot of colors. Not really. It's only 50 colors, but it looks like a lot. It's 50 colors, which includes 2 ABs and 4 dust drills already, and I added a whole heck of a lot more than that. It is stunning. I'm loving it. I'm having a blast with it. I can't wait to finish it. It's going to look so good once done. I'm really excited for this one. Next up, we have Song of the Moon. I have almost destashed this canvas so many times just because, you know, it's so big, but I'm really enjoying it. It's a lot of color blocking, which is making it go really fast. So that's been kind of like relieving. I also wish the washi tape actually stuck like washi tape should and didn't just like peel off. So I've got a couple sections done on Song of the Moon. This comes to us from the artist Miss Holly. This one is a behemoth. This is, I think, the biggest one on my group bunch of them. It's a 99 by 70 centimeter square drill canvas. It does have 52 colors, which includes 3 dust drills and 3 ABs. And it's gorgeous. It's really pretty. I do really like how it's looking and turning out. I've got these 2 sections done right here. It looks really good. I'm looking forward to like finishing it out. It's just like, it's a behemoth. It is like literally the largest canvas that I've got going as far as my current whips. But that is Song of the Moon. And then next up, this one I actually finally, for the first time ever, you guys are seeing an actually completed section on this canvas. I literally just completed it today. So I decided, you know, this is Totem Phoenix from Oraloa. This is like the bane of my existence, but I'm not letting this canvas defeat me. I am going to do it because there's parts of it that I'm looking forward to, like down in here. I just have to survive the confetti up there. So this is a 50 by 70 centimeter round drill canvas. It's called Totem Phoenix. It's from the artist Vayunette, and this comes just from Oraloa. It does have 50 colors, which includes 2 ABs. So I had initially gone in and done just the oranges on here. In my first section, I did the oranges in the first section, and then I was like, okay, this is pure confetti. So this is what the whole image looks like. I had done the oranges, and then when I rolled it for the whip wheel, I went in and did the leaves. Just those overhanging leaves is all I did. So when I rolled it today, I went ahead and split the section because I was doing a normal size section for me, which was part of the problem. I started with too big of a section for the confetti on this canvas. So I split it. I split the section in half, and then I finished the rest, which was all of this background, which was the majority of the confetti. So next time I roll it, I'll be able to finish this section. But yeah, this one has been a slog. Oh my goodness. It's not been bad enough to be like, okay, I have to discontinue and DNF that canvas like I did for 3 other canvases, but it's been a slog. Next up, we have this one right here. This is the one that like gave me my bruised and bloody fingernails. So this is called Pine Tree Haven. It's another Bella Art Diamonds canvas. It's from the artist Stephen Morales. It is a 63 by 61 centimeter round drill canvas. Very pretty as far as the colors. It does have 58 colors, and it does include, I think, 2 ABs is what it came with. And then I'm using the DP with Sparklers enhancement suggestions, which is like, there are 9 additional enhancements, which includes AB, crystal AB, sparklers, dust, a little of everything in here. So I have done 2 sections on this. The first section was this section right here, and that's when I realized I needed to pick all of these. I basically had to pick off all the drills that are these sparklers that you see right there, and then this dust right there. For this entire section, I had to pick all of those plain drills off so I could put the actual special drills on. It took me over an hour and a half to pick the drills off, and it only took me 14 and a half minutes to place the new drills down. And that's why I have like bruised and bloody thumbnails, because of doing that. It was such a slog. But now it's done and I can continue on. I'm looking forward to getting out of this confetti right here and over into more of like the line blocky, color blocky that I'll have for like the rest of the canvas. It was just kind of getting through the most of those greens there in this portion of the water. But that is Pine Tree Haven. It's looking really good. I'm like really pleased with like the coloring of it. I'm kind of intrigued to see what it looks like once I get more done. I don't know how I feel. I know how I feel about this render of these trees being like this, because trees are not like that, and you can't just like look at a tree and see the entire trunk. You're gonna have branches in front of it. So I'm probably gonna re-render that portion as I start working on the canvas and getting up there. I think I'm gonna end up re-rendering the tree trunks because I'm not a fan of that. Those perfectly straight vertical lines is not what you see in nature, and you don't see trunks like that. You see bits and pieces of trunks. So this one, making good progress on it. It's coming along. I'm looking forward to all of the water right down through here. Oh, it's gonna be so pretty, and then getting up into the mountain. So I have a fair number of landscapes that I'm working on this go around, which makes me happy because I do love a good landscape. You just don't end up seeing me do as many of them because they tend to be big. This right here is an Enablers Outpost canvas. This is Mystic Creek from Enablers Outpost. Again, another small shop that's no longer in business. This is from the artist J.K. Roots, and it does have 44 colors. And there are a couple crystals. I want to say there's 3 crystals in this canvas. So I did not add anything to it. I'm just doing it as is. I think I've rolled this one like 3 times, so I have this 3 sections done. It's very much confetti heavy as well. But you know, it's coming along, working on it. It's making good progress. And the crystals are in there, and you can see this is what we have done so far for it, kind of like the foliage in the foreground. I'm looking forward to getting into some of these pinks right up into that area. But that is Mystic Creek, which I really want to see what it looks like when it is done. This one is a 100 by 50 centimeter canvas. So it's 100 by 50. I think this was this one of them that I was working on I think this is what I was working on for my WIP and chat. So I finished the whole section that you guys saw me working on for my WIP and chat from the other day. So yeah, it's a 100 by 50 centimeter round drill canvas. There is that one. Next up, we're getting close to the end. Like I said, I have all the WIPs going on right now. This one I've made some really good progress on. These are our last 2. I've made good progress on this one. This is a Mooney made. This is called It Mine, It Shine, and this is from the artist Cute But Weird. This is one of her old manufacturer version of it. It's a 60 centimeter by 45 centimeter round drill canvas. I am having a good time with it. It's super cute. Like, The render is wonderful. And it has all of these crystals because it's a crystal cave, so you can see all of the crystals that it has. I would still like to have seen some ABs on here as accents instead of just all crystals. But for the most part, other than that, I'm happy about it. I have been adding, you know, quad cubes in to replace some of the other ones, which I think is adding to that look of crystals, having, you know, the chunkiness of these quad cubes sprinkled in throughout. You can see them kind of like along the bottom edge catching the light there. But I am now officially halfway done with this one. It's 47 colors, which included 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 crystals. So a lot of crystals on it. I just wish it had some additional specials, because you guys know how I feel about my ABs. I love my ABs. Not a very popular opinion, but yeah. But this one, we are halfway done with this one. And the top half will go much, much faster than the bottom half has. And that's because the top half is much more color blocky. So I'll end up probably doing larger sections on the top just because that's going to go so much faster. But that is It Mine, It Shine by the artist Cute But Weird from Unimade. So we have a few canvases that we're halfway done with. So that's really fun. But I'm curious to see what the whip wheel rolls next, because you never know. And then the last and final whip that I have, this is my final one from the Orloa whip. I think I have 4 Orloa whips going right now. This is Totem Phoenix. It's from the artist Bayonette. It is a 61 by 70 centimeter round drill canvas. It has 55 colors, and it includes 5 ABs. And I'm liking this one. The render is actually a little bit more cleaned up than what the Totem Phoenix was. So it's not nearly as tedious for me to work on. I have done 2 sections. I did start smart and go with thinner sections. It's also a wider canvas, so it's a little bit bigger. And I'm loving we're gonna come down a little bit. I'm loving the pinks of this. I think the pinks are gorgeous, and I love the accent of these blue flowers, and there's ABs right in there. There's ABs here, there's ABs there, so I'm enjoying that aspect of it. So we're gonna get down over into here. There's actually a little bit amount of like color blocking in here, more so than Totem Phoenix. It's a little bit more cleaned up than Totem Phoenix. So I'm much happier with it than, I don't have the same sentiment to this one as I have had to Totem Phoenix. So yeah, that is my final whip. That is whip number 23 for my 26 for 26, because I have 3 finishes already. Which technically I do have one additional whip for you guys. We're gonna move my cover out of the way. So my final whip that you guys can see, I did make a little bit of progress. I don't know if it was for last month or when, but I did actually get this portion over here done. But then I got distracted by the 26 for 26 and have not made more progress than that. But I at least got that section done, so you're seeing more than just, you know, the empty cards. So I really need to continue finishing out, working my way over, so I can then adjust and shift the canvas up, because it's been sitting at the same exact spot with the same exact crease line for, you know, a year now. So this is my longest running whip. Is this cross-stitch conversion, which is the Witchy Stitcher Nostalgia Tarot cross-stitch conversion, which just kind of chills right here underneath my mat. But anyways, that is all of the whips that I have for you guys. So now we need to come down and take a look at the logbook. Okay, so now it is logbook updating time. So here we are. This is my diamond painting logbook, and we've got our goals. So our 2026 goals, I want to get my stash below 350. So debatable if that's actually happening or not. I want to complete the scavenger hunt canvases, complete the deserted island tag questions for those canvases. I'm working on my refresh my stash, which is completing 25 kits from my oldest year, which is 2023, which those actually, and we're going to add on here, we're going to also be doing the 26 for 26 challenge. So we're also working on that one. So I already did like a hard look at the hoard and removed the things that don't bring me joy. And I've been kind of repeatedly doing that. I've also, you know, working on event canvases, so you'll see me throw those in. So over in here, I did not pull my markers out in color in April, but you can see how, or mark off April. So you can see how January we had 6 finishes. 6 finishes in January, 4 in February, 4 in March, 4 in April, and then May we literally had 1. Let me write down the dimensions of that one, which was in Diamond Art Club, and it was a 22.8 by 22.8. So 23 by 23. So that's a little tiny baby. That's all we've finished in the month of May. And it's a Diamond Art Club, so that marks it right there. So now we're going to go into our next one. So scavenger hunt, what have I finished? I have not finished anything on my scavenger hunt this month because I've literally finished one. But we're going to take a look and see if there's anything else I'm in progress on. So have not started The Apprentice or Fancy Flowers. I did start Kitsune Legende Japonaise. I did not start Koi Pond. I do need to do that one. Aromatic Succulents, haven't started it. I did start Song of the Moon, so you can see that one is marked as a check or a halfway. Have not done that one. I actually need to swap this one out because I decided to pull this canvas out. I was like, I do not want to do that one. So I need to pick a new canvas to do for Redhead. So I have to figure out what my new one is going to be. Weapon, Katana, Mythical Creatures, I could have done those two. In Seafoam, I'm planning on doing that kit in August for my Fan Fest, Fan Art Fest in August with Sea of Diamonds. Deserted Island tag. The nice thing is, so we can come over here. I have actually laid drills down on some of these. Not too many, really. It's just one, Fushimi and Ari, for my Deserted Island tag. That's going to be one of my challenges. Once I finish the 26 for 26, I need to start working on some of these other canvases. So that'll kind of like, because that'll give me 2 finishes. So that'll leave me with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more things to do. So I may kit up those 7. And then work on the Deserted Island tag canvases after that because I've only got 1 going on that one so far. But these are all canvases that are on my, rainy day list. So I'm like, I don't really want to work on them per se. So refresh the stash. We're going to come over here and we're going to take a look at these. So these are the kits that I pulled for Refresh My Stash. These were all of my 2023 kits that were non-rainy day canvases. Some of these we're going to remove because guess what? Festival of Ribbons, I destashed that because I was like, nope, I'm not enjoying it. It was a WIP and then it became no longer a WIP and it is gone. Same thing with Fisherman's Village. I started it, did a section and was like, nope, destashed that. Genesis 2, that's an active WIP. Ghost Cafe, active WIP. Harajuku, active WIP. Himeji Castle, active WIP. It Mine, It Shine, active WIP. Jellyfish, active WIP. I finished that one already. Kitsune Legende Japonaise with my horrible French. That's an active WIP. Kitsunebi, I did not lay drills down on Kitsunebi. I had it kitted up. I was gonna work on it. And then I looked at it and I was like, no. And I now have that pulled to go in my destash pile. Memoir de Ancestres, active WIP. Moon Rabbit, I also removed Moon Rabbit. And we did not even have that one kitted up. I just said nope and pulled Moon Rabbit, and that one has been for destash as well. Mystic Creek, active WIP. Pine Tree Haven, active WIP. Queen of Wands, active WIP. Saved by the Flamingo, active WIP. Saved by the Moon, Song of the Moon, Stargazing. Treehouse, I started that, did a section, and said nope. So I have now destashed that one. Totem Lighthorn, yes. So as you can see, every single one of these 2023 canvases is that I did not have finished is now either, like, I destashed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them because I was like, no, life's too short to work on things that don't bring me joy, and those ones were not bringing me joy. So I destashed those 5, and then, the rest of them from 2023 are now active WIPs. And then I was already kind of getting an idea of my 2024 canvases, what I will be working on as I continue on. All right, so now my alphabet challenge. Where are we at with the alphabet challenge? Let me go ahead and come back over here. What is it called? Ocean Explorer. I think that's the name of it. Yes, Ocean Explorer. Do I have an O? Yay! Okay. So we can add 1 to right here. So my 1 finish. Woot woot. Ocean Explorer. Look at that. So happy. All right. Now, let's see where we stand for the month of May. So I did fill this out already. So we ended the month of April with 436 canvases in the hoard. And mind you, I do not count things that I'm waiting on to arrive because things could happen and you don't know for sure. Like if it's a Diamond Art Club, they could just, refund you your money on something. Things like that can happen if they oversold stock. So I do not count them until they have actually arrived in my hoard. That's why I have the different numbers where I've purchased this number, but I've received this number. So I ended the month of April with 436 total canvases, which included 420 full size and 16 mini kits. So now we're gonna roll over into May. So for the month of May, I started 10 full-size canvases because you can see I like ended up with, started 14, finished 4. I had like 16 WIPs that I ended the month with. Right now, I started 10 full-size, 2 minis, finished 1 full-size, 2 minis. And my total tally of WIPs I am now at is 24 WIPs, which is my 23 for 20, my 23, and then, this one right here is 24. So there, the one company I completed a canvas from, Diamond Art Club. I finished 1 round, 0 squares. Now we go into the purchased category, and my numbers were a little screwy there. So I purchased 31 canvases this month, and that number seems huge, but you have to remember 5 of those were mini kit, 5 of those are minis, which will take me like an hour and a half to do each individual mini. So really it was 26 full-size canvases, and granted, and that includes my purchases from the anniversary sale, which I had 7 purchases from there. So it seems like a lot, but I'm trying out, I have it is a lot of canvases, but I did not purchase all of them. I do have a couple of them that are in there that are kits that are being sent to me to do videos on. So that is included in that number, is the ones that are being sent to me to showcase. That also includes mini kits. So 5 of those were mini canvases. So really that's like 26. Of those 26, I think I have like 2 of them were from, we have 7 from the anniversary sale. So it's like 19. And then we had 2 of them for showcasing. So that takes us down to like 17. And then from there, I had 3 of them that I bought in person. So they weren't even shipped. And then I bought 4 more from Preston Placed because I love their kits so much. And then I also bought 2 canvases from a small shop that I'm going to try out, a new small shop. I bought a round and a square, small size, like a 50 by 50s, but I bought a round and a square so I could check out their canvases and their quality. And I'll do the same thing that I did for Preston Placed. So it all adds up so quickly. It really does. And then a couple of like my Diamond Art Club Amazon exclusives. So I purchased or, have 31 outstanding canvases to go. But this month I received 15 because that's really the number that I like to look at, is how many did I receive this month. 11 full-size canvases, 4 minis that I received this month for a total of 15. I started the month with 436 total, which was 420 full-size canvases, 16 mini canvases. And I ended up, finishing a couple things and destashing some things. And I'm ending the month with 430 total in my hoard because we don't count how many outstanding we have. We just count what I've received. So 430 total, which includes the 16 full size or the 16 minis and 414 full size, because I ended up destashing a whole bunch more kits. Well, they're not fully destashed yet. I pulled a whole bunch of kits for destash as I was like really analyzing and be like, do I want that size? Do I like that color in that size? Do I like that color palette? And I ended up pulling so many kits out for destash. So that was why, despite the fact that we added to the number, that's why the number kind of like went up. Well, it's like the overall, like I've got a whole bunch of stuff coming in, but the actual number of what I have actually went down this month, which is really impressive. I'm kind of like amazed that happened, but that's because I destashed so many kits. So now we can say for June, we are going to be starting with 430 total, which is 414 and 16. And let's see, so we're down from where we were last month, which is nice, because we ended April with 436. We started April with 424. So that number had been climbing. So I did good from January to February. We went down from 430 to 425. And then from 425 to 421. So we did good for January, February, March. And then I went up to, because I didn't finish nearly as much. So that number went up. I need to get myself back to these low numbers of purchases. So I went from 421 back up to 424-ish, or thereabouts. I went from like the 421 that I started at there. Yeah. But started at 430 Then I was at 425. And then I was at roughly, I think that's where it was, because I put, like, yeah, the starting. And then I went down, I started at 421. I went back up to, you know, 424. And then I started the month of May with 436. And now I'm setting myself up good for June. I'm going to be starting the month with 430. That means I need to finish some stuff, which once I finish this pile of WIPs that I have, that will really help my numbers go down because I'm not used to not finishing canvases. Like, I literally one finish. So we will see. But I'm going to be good and, like, really stick to my guns for these next few months. Especially, I want to try to be good so that way if I want to purchase for Black Friday, I don't have to feel guilty about purchasing. So that's my goal, is to get those numbers back down again. But I'm trending the right way because this number right here that we're starting the month, that is better than I ended the month, or better than I started last month. So that's progress. What I really need to do, and I don't think I have a page available to do it, I really need to write out like a 26 for 26. So I might do that in like the back, or I might just write it on its own sheet of paper, write out my 26 for 26 list and showcase like any of them that I've finished as I go. But I do have 3 for 26 that I have finished, which I should mark them, otherwise I'm going to forget. So this one, that one. So I'm going to make a mark right here, that one, and kitchen cats. So we've got 26 for 26, number 1. Oh, that did not stick very well. I really need to rewrite that. And then we have 26, well, I'm going to put it right here, 26 for 26, number 2. This is 26 for 26, number 3. So that's my third finish for the 26 for 26. All right, so I only have 23 to go. So, anyways, that's it. That's all. All the things. Wow. Anyways, that was the month of May. Now we're about to roll into June. We've started June, and we're going to see if we can, you know, get it on the right track and, you know, hit the ground running for the month of June and make some good progress on our goals. But that's really all I have for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed this long, rambling tour of my current WIPs that I have, all 26 of them in their glory. And I will see you guys in the next video. Have a great day, everybody. Bye.